Hi, everybody. I have a story for celebrating Literacy Week, and it is Mango, Abuela, and Me, and it's by Meg Medina. So, Mango, Abuela, and Me, and I hope you enjoy it. Mango, Abuela, and Me. She comes to us in the winter, leaving behind her sunny house that rested between two snaking rivers. Her old place was too much for just one. Mommy tells me as we make room in my dresser for her clothes. And too far away for us to help, Poppy adds. Abuela belongs with us now, Mia. But I still feel shy when I meet this faraway grandmother. So her grandmother is coming to live with her because she lives way too far away. But she's a little shy because she's not really quite sure yet what to think. Pin, pan, pun. Poppy unfolds Abuela's bed and slides it right next to mine. You'll get to know each other, he says. But when I show Abuela my new book, she can't unlock the English words. We can only look at the pictures and watch Edmund race on the wheel. Edmund's her little hamster right there. So the problem is that Mia speaks English and Abuela speaks Spanish. A feather, una pluma, from a wild parrot that roosted in her mango trees, and a snapshot, una fotografia, of a young man with Poppy's smile. To Abuelo, she says, climbing into bed, snuggled in my pajamas, I smell flowers in her hair, sugar and cinnamon baked into her skin. That night, I dream of a red bird circling in the sky. So even though there's a language issue, they are still communicating with each other. And she's showing her pictures, and Mia's really enjoying it. And I think she really likes having her abuela with her. The rest of the winter, while Mommy and Poppy are at work, Abuela waits for me to get home from school. Then we bundle up thick socks and handmade sweaters to walk to the park and toss bread to the sparrows. My Espanol is not good enough to tell her things, and Abuela should know, like how I'm the very best in art and how I can run as fast as the boys. So she doesn't speak Spanish very well, so it's hard for her to tell her all the things that she wants to say, all the things about her life. And her English is too poquito to tell me all the stories I want to know. So Abuela's English is not very good, so she can't talk to her and tell her things in English. And I want to know about Abuelo and the rivers that run right outside the door. With our mouths as empty as our bread baskets, we walk back home and we watch TV. And there they are, taking a walk. Abuela and I can't understand each other, I whispered to Mommy. Things will get better, Mommy says. Remember how it was with Kim? Kim is my best friend at school. When she was new, our whole class helped teach her English words. Now Miss Wilson sometimes has to say, please be quiet, girls. Others are working. So she has a friend in school that didn't speak English, and now they are talking nonstop. After school, the next day, while Abuela and I are making meat pies for our snack, I pretend I'm Miss Wilson. Dough, I say, pointing to the dough. Abuela says, dough, masa, and rolls it flat. Masa, I say. She drops a spoonful of meat in place. Carne. Carne, I say. Meat. Pasas, raisins, aceite. oil. So they're using words with the objects, and they're saying it both English and in Spanish. Then I remember the word cards we taped in our classroom to help Kim. So while Abuela fries our empanadas, I put word cards too until everything is covered, even Edmund. So look what she did. And this is a great way to learn what things are. She labeled everything in the house, what it's called in English. Soon we're playing Oye hear and say all around the house. But that night, she still calls my pillow a palo, and she says Edmund is against her. We'll keep practicing. So it's really hard, if you don't know a language, to learn it. So they're trying. So she's trying different ways to get to help her to learn English. But the next day, I can't practice with Abuela after all. Edmund's run out of his favorite seeds, so Mammy and I have to ride the bus downtown to get more. Sometimes there's kittens sleeping in the pet shop. But when we arrive this time, something even better is behind the glass. Ooh, let's see what's at the pet store. Look, I say, the window has become a jungle filled with birds, and right in the middle is a parrot staring at us with black bean eyes. I press my nose to the glass, thinking of the red feather that Abuela gave me. Let's buy him, I tell Mommy. But Mia, you already have Edmund, Mommy says. Oh, not for me, I say. Let's get him for Abuela, like the parrot that lived in her mango trees. He can keep her company when I'm at school. So what does she see at the pet store? Right, she sees a parrot. And not for her, because she already has her hamster. What does she want to get with a parrot? Right, for her Abuela. So she can remind her of home and the mango trees. When we bring him home to Abuela, she says, "Un loro, a parrot." We name him Mango because his wings are green and orange and gold, just like a mango, right? He looks like a mango. Buenas tardes, Mango, Abuela says, opening the cage door when I get home. Good afternoon, I say, and I give him a seed. Soon Mango calls me even before we open up his cage. Buenas tardes, he says when I open the door. Good afternoon, because that's what parrots do. Parrots can talk. So this parrot's going to talk in English and Spanish. Abuela, Mango, and I practice new words every day. The Espanol gets faster, and Abuela and Mingo learn the days of the week, all the months of the year, and the names of the coins. So both of them are practicing. Mia's practicing Spanish, and Abuela's practicing English. And they're both learning more and more every day because they're practicing. How did you learn all that? Papi asked when we show him all that Mango could do. Abuela winks at me and gives Mango a piece of banana, peel and all. Practice, she says. So you see what you can do if you practice, right? They didn't know anything and now they're learning because they're practicing. That's how you get better at something. You have to practice it over and over and over again. And that's the only way you get better at something. You have to practice. And you have to have the perseverance to want to do it. And the hard work and the pursuit of excellence. And before long, Abuela asked me how to say harder things too, so she can talk with the neighbors that stop by. Has the mailman come? Is it chilly today? So now, not only remember before it was just words that she was learning, now Abuela wants to have a conversation. She wants to be able to talk to other people. So now it's getting a little harder. It's not just words and objects. Now it's a conversation. Soon, when friends stop by to see Mango's latest tricks, they can understand everything that Abuela says. So she's learning English. Look, there they are. And she's able to talk to them in English because she's practicing. But best of all, now when Abuela and I are lying next to each other in our beds, our mouths are full of things to say. I tell her about my buen dia, and I show her the best picture of Mango. Abuela reads my favorite book with only a little help, and she tells me new stories about Abuelo. We could dive for river stones with a single breath, weave a roof out of the palms. I draw pictures for her. She still misses their old house, she says, but now only a little bit. So now look how close they're getting. And now they're able to communicate better and they can tell more stories with each other. Mango listens to us from the perch until my eyes grow heavy. Hasta mañana, Abuela says. Abuela kisses me goodnight. Good night, Mia. Hasta mañana. Good night, Mango calls as soon as we all fall asleep. And that was Mango, Abuela, and me. And it was nice because it's nice that their relationship and how the parrot helped them, how Mango the parrot helped them, and how they practiced. And Mia learned Spanish, and Abuela learned English, so they were able to communicate and tell stories together. And it's just a nice story and how you can accomplish anything and how they wanted to know each other's stories and they were determined to do it together and how they really bonded together practicing. So I hope you enjoyed that story, Mango, Abuela, and me. Thank you, everyone, and celebrate literacy.